Well, the AFC and the NFC championship games are finally here as the 2026 NFL playoffs, and now we're down to 4 teams. AFC, we have the New England Patriots and the Denver Broncos. And the NFC, we have the Los Angeles Rams, formerly known as the St. Louis Rams. I wish they were still in St. Louis. And the Seattle Seahawks. The 2026 NFL playoffs are still great. It still is a beautiful thing to not have the Kansas City Chiefs in the playoffs. Thank freaking God. You know, some people thought that the playoffs weren't going to be great without not seeing Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce and the Chiefs in the playoffs. The NFL playoffs are still good even without that team. You still got other stars and teams to check out. The NFL playoffs will still be fine without Kansas City Chiefs. That's like people saying that the NBA playoffs won't be the same if you don't have LeBron, Stephen Curry, and Kevin Durant in the playoffs. I'm like, no, it will still be great. You have other stars in the playoffs to watch. Or they'll say, it's nothing like the playoffs without the Lakers and the Knicks. Well, the Lakers and the Knicks can't always make it to the playoffs, so get over it. Anyways, the New England Patriots and the Denver Broncos, they face each other in the AFC Championship for the first time since 2016. It was 10 seasons ago, as that was one hell of an AFC championship game between two of the greatest quarterbacks of all time for the last time, Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning beat Tom Brady and the Patriots for the last time before he retired after winning his second and final Super Bowl ring as a member of the Denver Broncos. It was his 4th and final season with the Denver Broncos, and it was his 18th and final season playing in the NFL. What hell of a AFC championship game between two of the greatest quarterbacks of all time going at it. And as for the Rams, the last time they were in NFC championship was back in 2002 against the San Francisco 49ers, and they went on to win the Super Bowl. As for the Seattle Seahawks, the last time they were in the NFC Championship was back in 2015 when they beat Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers as they went on to the Super Bowl to face the Patriots as the Patriots beat them in the Super Bowl. And the last time the Patriots were in the AFC Championship was back in 2019. They beat the up-and-coming rising Kansas City Chiefs, and they went on to beat the Rams in the Super Bowl. Here are my predictions for the AFC and NFC championship games. Patriots, they ended up beating the Houston Texans. I thought the Texans could upset them because of their defense alone, and if CJ Stroud could have a great game. But CJ Stroud, once again, did not have a good game. It also didn't help that Nico Collins couldn't play due to him suffering that concussion. Patriots ended up winning, despite how great the Texans defense was. Then the Broncos, they ended up beating the Bills. At least I was right about that prediction. I said I had the feeling the Broncos would beat the Bills. Josh Allen, it was pretty much on him, as he did not have a good game at all. I said that the Broncos would beat the Bills, especially when it came to their defense. But unfortunately for the Broncos, they're going to be playing in the AFC Championship game without their starting quarterback, Bo Nix, who unfortunately is out for the rest of the season due to him having a broken bone in his ankle. I feel bad for Bo Nix. And then the Buffalo Bills, the players on the team, they were just crying. Josh Allen, he was emotional, as he pretty much said it was his fault. Poor Josh Allen was emotional, crying. I bet when he got back to the house, I know his wife Haley Steinfeld was there to pour him. I'm sure they both cried together as he was dealing with the loss. I'm sure of it. But hey, at least I was right about that prediction that the Broncos will win. I'm also glad I was right about my prediction that the Rams would beat the Chicago Bears. Their starting quarterback now is for the Broncos is Jarrett Stidham. And some people think that the Broncos can still get to the Super Bowl even with Jarrett Stidham as their quarterback, because of the Broncos defense. But then some people are doubting him. It's like the people who said that crap, especially Jason McIntyre, aka Big Ears on the Herd with Colin Cowherd. Shut up, okay? Stop being so damn funny and putting that guy down. Jarrett Stidham, I hope you go out there and have a great game. Help your team to hopefully get to the Super Bowl. I hope he proves the doubters wrong, because come on, y'all. We get it. He's not Bo Nix, but you don't know what he can do. So we'll see. If Jarrett Stidham plays well and the Broncos defense is legit, I think they can beat the Patriots. Some probably think it's going to be the Patriots, but then again, maybe depending on how well Stidham plays in the Broncos defense, the Broncos may actually win. So I'm going to give the edge to the Broncos. Then for Rams and Seahawks, I know most people are saying Rams because, Sam Darnold has struggled against the Rams and blah, blah, blah. I get that. But I think I'm going to give the edge to the Seahawks because of their defense. Their defense is just great. But like I said, it's up to Sam Darnold. As long as Sam Darnold doesn't choke like he did in the last 2 games of the regular season against the Rams when he's with the Vikings, as long as he steps up and proves that he can actually play well and do well in the playoffs, and the Seahawks defense gives the Rams defense problems, I think the Seahawks will be fine, and I think they can beat the Rams. Sam Darnold, you're going to have to get past this choking the playoff crap and be the real deal. Plus, I don't want to see Matthew Stafford in the Super Bowl again. I really don't. It was bad enough in his first year with the Rams after playing with the Lions for 12 seasons. It was bad enough to see him go to the Super Bowl and win it. I don't want to see him go to the Super Bowl for the second time and he wins a second Super Bowl as a Ram. I just don't. Especially the fact that the Lions still haven't gotten to the Super Bowl since getting Jared Goff, and they still haven't won. It would still make the trade with Goff and Stafford even worse, where Goff still hasn't won a Super Bowl, but Stafford hypothetically wins 2. Like, no. Because then that means the Rams still win the trade over the Lions. We can't have that. And then Colin Cowherd got the nerve to say that if Matthew Stafford wins a second Super Bowl, he, in his opinion, he thinks he will put Matthew Stafford over Aaron Rodgers all time. So what? So technically that means you're saying that you would think Matthew Stafford will be a top 10 quarterback of all time in your eyes. Because most people put Aaron Rodgers in the top 10 of greatest quarterbacks of all time. So if you're going to put Matthew Stafford over Aaron Rodgers, if he wins another Super Bowl, then technically it sounds like you're saying that you think that Matthew Stafford is a top 10 quarterback of all time, which is crazy. All right. Even if he wins another ring, he's not a top 10 quarterback of all time. And even if he wins another ring, that's insane to have him over Aaron Rodgers. He's still not going over Aaron Rodgers in my book. Okay. Look, I know Aaron Rodgers only went to the 1 Super Bowl and has 1 Super Bowl. I get it. But the man also won 4 MVPs in the regular season. And just overall talent, Aaron Rodgers is just better. It's like, bro, you letting the whole championships and rings this, rings that get to you. It's like, settle down. And then he gonna compare the stats to Stafford and Rodgers. And like, bro, stats ain't always everything. Stop. Damn. That's why I pray that Matthew Stafford doesn't go to the Super Bowl. All right, so these are my predictions. I got the Broncos beating the Patriots in the AFC and the Seahawks against the Rams in the NFC Championship game. So it looks like my prediction could be Broncos and Seahawks in the Super Bowl, and I think that would be a great Super Bowl. And if the Broncos and Seahawks get to the Super Bowl, I would take the Seahawks to beat them. Oh, plus I forgot Cooper Kupp, who won a Super Bowl with that Rams team in 2022. He's now with the Seahawks. He's going against his former team, so that would be fun to see Cooper Kupp going against his former team, the Rams. That would be cool for Cooper Kupp to win another Super Bowl with another team. And then I think Jason McIntyre said something ridiculous talking about, yeah, I don't think it's going to be a good Super Bowl if the Broncos are in the Super Bowl, but you have Jarrett Stidham as your starting quarterback. It's like, bro, shut up. Stop bringing the dude down. It'll still be a great Super Bowl regardless when it comes to 2 teams going at it to compete for the Super Bowl, regardless of who the quarterback is. Man. Anyways, that's it.